Hey guys, I want to take a few minutes today and show you some of the Elementor 101. So it's some tips and tricks to help you get started with Elementor if you've never used it before. These are a few of the things that I got hung up on when I started using it. So I want to try to eliminate those hangups for you and allow you to move forward with your website without having to spend a lot of time trying to figure out Elementor. So let me share my screen. And we'll get started. Okay, so I have navigated to my WP admin dashboard. This is a site that I'm actually building for my husband, but he hasn't given me any pictures, and until he gives me pictures, then he doesn't get a website. So for now, it's a great test website that I can use for purposes like this. So I'm in my WP admin dashboard. I've navigated to pages. I went to all pages, and then my home page. I'm going to click the blue Edit with Elementor button. And right now, this is just an ugly, plain home page. We can adjust some of these settings using the Themes Customizer. I'm not going to talk about that today. If we need to go over that in a different video, I will be happy to, so just let me know. For now, I'm going to show you how to add sections, columns, widgets, and all of that with Elementor. First, let me give you an overview of what you will see when you do log into Elementor, or when you do open Elementor rather, to edit your page. So on the left, you have your Elementor menu. This grid here allows you to select different default colors, fonts, and color picker. The color picker is what you will see it's what will, whenever you need to pick a color for a widget, it will set your main colors. So it gives you like 6 or 8 different colors that you can have readily available for you. So that's your color picker. Those are the 3 settings that you really will need to know about are your default colors, fonts, and color picker. This is also where you go when you are done editing your page and you want to get back to your WP admin dashboard. Just click your WP admin dashboard and it'll take you back. This grid here, there's little 9 little squares. If you click that, this pulls up all the widgets that are available to you. So we've got an intersection, heading, image, text editor, video, button, divider, spacer, Google Maps icon, and then you've got a whole bunch of other ones down here. So whenever you get logged in, take a minute and play around with them, see what they are. They can do a lot of cool things. Elementor has a lot of really amazing built-in features that I just absolutely love. If you want to just get started, one of the easiest ways is to drag and drop. So Elementor is a drag and drop page builder. That means that I can go over here. If I want to edit or if I want to add a heading, I can just click on the heading, drag it over into this area. See how it lit up blue as I drug it in? It's going to drop a heading. Okay, now this appeared because this will always show up on your page. So it allows you to create a section. This created a section too. So once I drug it in, I said, hey, I want to make a new section. It added a section. It still gives me the option here to create a new one. Okay, so this is my husband's site. So I want to call it Nick Kaplan's. Can't type today, guys. Awesome. I promise I can type website. I want to center it. I'm going to go to style because I want to adjust the style of the text. First, I want to change it to a different color. Okay, so this is your color picker. These are the default colors. I haven't changed them. I'm going to change it to green. And I am going to increase the size. Okay. Now, you can see whenever I hover over this block, these 3 little tabs appear. These will appear for each section that you have. So anytime you hover over a section, you'll see this tab with 3 options appear. If you click the plus button, it's going to add a new section above the current section. If you hover over this middle grid and click that, that's going to bring up your options for editing that current section. And then if you want to delete the section, you just hover over the X. One thing you can also do with this middle grid is to right-click, and you have the option, again, to edit, duplicate, copy, reset, save as template, or open your navigator. My navigator is already open. That's what this is over here in the right-hand side of the screen. So then, if I want to change the background, okay, I'm going to edit my section, go to Style. I want to change the background. Click on Classic. So I'm going to change it to a color. Say gray, but not that dark. So let's slide it on up. There we go. That looks good. But I also want to put some space above and below it. So I'm going to go to Advanced. And I'm going to use the padding. So the reason we've got margin and padding, and they serve similar but slightly different purposes. So with margin, it's going to give you white space above and below each element. I want to increase the gray size, or the gray area above and below the title. So I'm going to add gray space, or I'm going to add padding, which will give me gray space. First, I need to unlink these values. Otherwise, it's going to give me the same padding all the way around, and I don't want that. Let me do 100 on top and 100 on bottom. Okay. Also, I want to get rid of this. We're not going to use that there. Okay. So now I'm going to show you another way to add a new section. You can just click this little plus button, and it lets you add multiple different column layouts. So let's do 2 columns. I'm going to go here up to my widget selector. I want an image in one. And go back to my widget selector. I want a text editor over here. So let me pick my image. I've only got one image in here, so that one looks good. Insert that. And then I'm going to click into my text editor. I'm going to say, hey, this is my awesome website. I'm so glad you're here. Take a look around. My husband does not talk like that. Okay, I want the text to be a little bit bigger though, because that seems a little small. So I'm going to go to the Style, find Typography, and you can increase. That's a little too big. Let's go. I don't like odd numbers on text, so because I'm weird. So I'm just going to move that down to 22. But I want some space up above this. So I'm going to add a margin this time because I just want white space. I'm going to unlink this. And let's see how 50 looks. Maybe 75. Okay. Cool. All right. Now let's add a new section by adding a template. Okay, so I'm going to hover over this little section here. I'm going to click Add Template. And this pulls up all of the built-in templates. And you guys, Elementor has done a lot of really great work. They've provided a lot of amazing templates, even for their free version. So definitely take advantage of these. You can swap the pictures in and out. You can change the text around. But they have some pre-built pages that just take a lot of the work out of building your own page. So take advantage of these as much as you want. There's no shame in that. I'm going to add a block though, because I just want a section, not a whole page. And let's add a call to action. So I'm going to go up to category, and you can see we got a bunch of different categories in here. I'm going to pick call to action. And let's just do something simple like this one. Okay, I'm going to insert that. All right. So again, I can edit this section. My 3 tabs pull up. So if I want to change the background, maybe I don't want it to be black. Maybe I want it to be light blue. Okay, we can do that. Now, take a look here. You can see that whenever I hover over this, it gives me both a text editor and a column editor. So I think the column needs a little bit of padding, because see how it's all squeezed up next to the side margins of the page? So I'm just going to give it a little padding here, maybe 20 pixels, just to pull it in a little bit. I'm going to do the same thing for this button, okay, or for this column too. So this needs right padding, okay? And I'd probably still bring that in a little bit, but you see how it works. Now let's change the color of this button. I think I want the text color to be white and the button color to be black. And instead of this green, whenever I hover over it, I'm going to change that too. So I'm going to click hover. I'm going to find a color that my husband would never use on his website. So something, yeah, something like this. He's going to love it. Okay? And instead of the animation growing, I want it to bounce in. So see, when you hover over it, it has a little animation. Guys, I got a cough. I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't just like explode your ear. So that we've got that done. So it's going to grow and hover, or whenever you hover over it, it's going to grow and kind of bounce. I also want rounded corners on my button instead of square. So I go down to border radius. I change it to 6, and I just change 1, and since this is linked, it's going to change it all around. And you can, of course, click in here, be the first to grab my awesome new product, whatever that might be. My husband's a contractor, so he doesn't really have a product. Also, we have a version for you. Sure. Okay, so let's say these are the changes that I want to make to my website. There's so much more that you can do, guys. Actually, I do want to display one more. We're going to edit this section again. Instead of having a solid color, I want a gradient. So whenever you click gradient, you get to pick the 2 colors. So I've got the gray here. Let's maybe do a darker gray. Maybe not quite that dark. Okay. So see, it gives you a little bit, it goes from light to dark. You can play around with where the gradient starts, where the gradient itself is located, the angle that it goes at. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of different customizations. Gradients are kind of a thing right now in web design trends, so try to use those if you can. And I also want to show you over here. So the sections are in your navigator. It shows you your different sections, the different elements within each section. You can rename these. Can I see that? Yeah, double click on it to rename it. Section 2, come up with something more clever than that, but you know, this one could be my call to action, my CTA, and this top one could be my hero image. It's a pretty bad looking hero image, but it served its purpose for this. So that is my basic tutorial, how to use Elementor. Like I said, very, very simple stuff. Just a matter of knowing where all the buttons are. And then, of course, once you have made your changes to your website, all you have to do is click Update. And that is going to publish your changes. Then if I open this in a new tab, and I go to, oh, it's not going to work because it's under construction. So if I click this little preview button here, preview changes, it will open it up, and this is what it will look like on the live version. So have fun with Elementor. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if there's anything specifically you'd like to see. Go make prettier websites than this, and have fun doing it. I'll talk to you later.